Saturday. Saturday, as far as celebration goes, is really grief. The reality of what the disciples must have felt hiding in rooms in Jerusalem, spread throughout the city, uncertain of what to do next. They had pinned their hopes on Jesus. They'd spent 3 years traveling the countryside, going back and forth to Jerusalem for holy days, talking to Pharisees, in and out of synagogues, thinking and realizing what it means to follow somebody who can make thousands of people eat from a small amount of food. Realizing that as they watched him heal lepers, blind men, to raise people from the dead, that suddenly the dreams they had were gone, that death had crept into the miracle that was supposed to be their Messiah. In this moment, we consider from that day, from the very beginning until you get to the nighttime, that even though it might have been light outside, there may have been sunrises, there may have been high temperatures, but in all of that, there was nothing but darkness. That truly darkness had taken over. In the Gospel of John, Jesus talks about being the light and how when the light goes away, you can't see. I think the reason why the Bible is so silent on this day is there was nothing but darkness for the followers of Jesus. And for us, later followers of Jesus, it's a moment for us to reflect on where we would be in our lives, in our world, in our families, if darkness truly was the rule of the day. There was no hope, no joy, no peace. This is a dark, dark day. Now, for those who celebrate these high holy days, the nighttime, once you hit the end of Saturday, you go to the church and you would stand outside of it. As the sun went down, the darkness filled wherever you live. And then the pastor would take a torch, a candle, something bright with a flame on the end, and walk it back into the church. This is when the light, the resurrection, comes streaming back into the church. When the people of God get to celebrate the resurrection of Jesus. It's what we call Easter Vigil. And if you ever get a chance to go to one of these services at any one of those churches that celebrate it, there's banging of all sorts of pots and pans, there's bells ringing, there's yelling, there's screaming as Christ's light comes streaming back into the world when the tomb is truly empty. This is a celebration that we often don't do because we always do the post-dawn celebration on Easter Sunday. This is part of what we miss when we jump directly to Resurrection Sunday. Because we know even from the readings in the Bible that the women arrive in the morning at dawn and the tomb is already empty. Jesus is already gone. His body is missing from the tomb and the stone is rolled away. Easter Vigil is a celebration of that moment unseen by the disciples of Jesus. So, as we reflect on that day, on Dark Saturday and Easter Vigil, as Christians in our tradition, it's our opportunity to think about things like grief, loss, hope, where you have it and where you lose it, the things that have harmed you in life, that have taken away that joy. And though we don't want to spend too much time there, we don't want to fill our hearts with darkness, we all know where it exists in our own lives, in our families, in our world. It's not too hard to find it, and this is our moment to take just a little bit of time that day and think about what it is that we get from having that light in our world, from having Christ fill our hearts with joy and peace, even in the midst of turmoil, strife, and sorrow. This is Easter Vigil. Think about that this Saturday.